bin ich mal gespannt. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on. We had it off with Koyoko in the lead. And where she took us was in the... Yeah, okay, it's a crime scene.
The girls' locker room? We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully. No, wait.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just...
Very well.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Nein.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be
Okay.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Es ist ein Junge.
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Ist eine Trap.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
Ah, I see. So he was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What?
Moment. Nein.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true? Chihiro was a guy?
Das ändert den Case nicht.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Mm.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Ja.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should
Konnte
be
man das
no
irgendwo
issue with
nachgucken?
Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Das heißt, der Mörder muss eine Frau sein, wollen die damit sagen.
Could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's
Ja, genau.
handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Bist du blöd?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it.
This, since the dream scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Ist die Frage, wann Leon's handbook broke? The killer would have used their own. In other words, it had to be in a guy. But still doesn't not enough. Needs to find for more clues. Ah.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Oh, wow.
Shoot!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Oh, ich bin dumm. Ha! Sorry. Uff.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Das zählt nicht. Oder was?
Shoot!
Uff. Sieht nicht gut aus, Leute.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one
Das ist...
thing,
Ich find's nicht so nice mit dem Schießen.
nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Hä? Ich habe alles gedrückt, oder?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Hä? Ey, jetzt mal ohne Scheiß, ich habe alles gemacht. Wait. Sekunde.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Kann ich?
Perhaps someone saw
Ah, lol.
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer?
And only the killer. It's not like they're just...
Oh nein, 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 nein. Okay, alles klar. Ah, ich verstehe. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue?
Did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is...
It's over. It's all over.
Wow.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
Nein. Wow, Alter. Any new infos? Ja, der hat den gesehen. Das ist falsch.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I'm in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Blaue?
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, Did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket you took.
Ich hatte... Oh, schade, ich hatte das Warehouse nie Das wollte ich eigentlich noch machen, aber ich hab's vergessen.
First of all,
Erstmal hören.
Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Wir sind so tot. Hä? Bin ich grad blöd? How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit? My tracksuit is black.
Oh nein, ich hab's voll vergessen. Ist es gelogen? Wir hatten ja auch die Szene, wo die irgendwie gegeneinander so gekämpft haben, oder? Waren das die?
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black. Shoot!
First of all, we know where Chihiro was
Yeah.
headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Why?
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Hä?
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
How did he know something like that?
First
Eh?
of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit. Hä? Nee.
My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
He got it from the warehouse oder was?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Hä?
Did that really help us get any closer?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
What he said now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Yeah.
He was on his way to go so next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same...
Woher das... Woher weiß er, dass er blau ist? Weil sonst niemand das gesehen hat. Ah.
A second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket in a duffel bag. And then I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was
before we began the trial. Did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure you saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the bag into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, then it must be too long. Chihiro.
I got it!
Krieg ich ein paar Punkte wieder? Ein paar Leben?
Handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Kann man nicht kaputt machen.
I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
I got it!
Another weak
You
point.
already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
klar.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
Nach dem Scannen, wenn man tot
When it's
ist.
exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And
Die
once
beiden
they had
Typen.
Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
War das nicht der? Und der andere? Der hatte die doch noch an. Also die beiden, aber ich glaube er. Also er hatte auf jeden Fall die Klamotten an. Ich bin mir aber jetzt nicht sicher.
Your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance...
Ja, ja, komm.
And
Genau, das Bild erinnere ich mich.
Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Provides a shadow of doubt. Okay. Oh nein, wie viele Leben habe ich?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Okay, ich würde darauf schießen.
Look! Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Ja, tu das. Nein, er hat...
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure my handbook broke during this one. That would show that the handbook Moto must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Nein. Weil seins das kaputte ist. Vielleicht hat er Leons.
See? Look!
Ich würde mal jetzt...
Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Ich mach mal das.
Test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
Ups, sorry.
if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Ups.
See?
Okay, erstmal ein bisschen skippen.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Es dauert immer so lange.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook.
In
Oops.
other words, if Mondo, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was
Nochmal.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook.
So,
In
zack.
other words, if then that proves that
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
Oof.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
so then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is
Nein.
prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. As such,
Well,
Ja, das ist
Mondo,
klar.
if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way, everything will become clear. And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Okay. So. So. Die kam da rein. Warum ist da ein Bild von der Sauna? Ui. Nee, eben nicht. Genau, die ging da rein. So. So. Oh Gott, ich habe nicht viel Zeit, lol. Oh Gott, dann ist es zu viel. So, das ist schon mal gut. So. Muss ich alle verschwenden oder verbrauchen? Okay. So, der hat das gefunden. Dann hat der das Seil geholt. Hat sich dann diese Farbe genommen. Farbe. Null. Okay, Moment, das kann nicht stimmen. So, der hat das quasi dann im Girls Room umgeändert. Wait. Ach so, okay, verstehe. Und auch nicht. Irgendwie sowas. So. Was auch immer das darstellen soll, ja. Ah, und dann ging irgendwie Sauna, verstehe. So. So, das ist klar. So. Jetzt muss er ja irgendwie... pumpen. So, easy as that. Gekillt. Hat das zusammengerollt. Hat die Kacke abgerissen. Ist in das Girls-Ding gegangen? Und hat das dann da aufgehangen. YOLO!
First, let's take a look back to before
Passt schon.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Yakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on it.
I can somehow wear magnets right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you hear more? Yes. Fever time and Niga time. During a bullet time, if you press the RB button, fever time and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Hä? We want to destroy. Hä? Okay. It's something called Niga time that you can use. If the opponent activates Niga time during the bullet time battle, the tempo marker will disappear, make it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure about nothing would happen, I don't know. Okay, it's klar. Set to gentle, the opponent won't use Niga time. Nice, well then, good luck and have fun. The moment of truth.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt.
Nobody wants to hear what I have to say? We have already come to the end of the debate. Well then, the class trial is officially adjourned. Now it's time to reveal who's the black end. Yes? It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the black end, too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to graduate, congratulations to them. On the other hand, everyone else must now be punished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Wanna give it another shot?
I refuse to give up yet.
Hä? Nee. Ja, nochmal bitte, danke.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
Habe ich eben überhaupt nicht verstanden.
False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Ich hab's überhaupt nicht verstanden, was man da machen muss.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Gerade mal ein Level, ja. Ey. Bro.
What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Oh, this time it looks like you're right again. Yes, it is. So the black end that killed Chihiro was Mondo. Easy. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kitcher chose the wrong answer. You're getting very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more carefully. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Anyway, there once was a young boy and his name was Jiro Fuizak. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you are a boy. We had to say about even though you are a boy. Outside he wrapped himself up in that shell. The inferiority complex had already taken root deep on inside of him. He was easily wetted out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept his fate. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. Yeah. And that was something I couldn't let anyone find out. No matter... Oh! Das war das Geheimnis. And yet...
I'm sorry. But...
One really thinks the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Oof. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right. I want to change.
Oh shit. That's deep. That day he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
Ja, und er dachte für Help und er ging zu dem. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him to become stronger. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then, that must have been why Mondo did what he did, to keep his promise he made to Chio. Catching her from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room.
Indeed.
Exactly what I mean. Ooh.
Certainly.
But
Because
Okay, also der hat den rübergetragen, damit nicht alle wussten, dass es ein Junge ist. Ist schon ziemlich deep. So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible. How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by their own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend, you obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while you're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondi, the ultimate bike gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's other brother name was blah blah blah. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daja that Mondo ever got on bicycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of this starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and number 2 his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, anything was pizzas, ja, okay. And es und irgendwie ja ging, ne? The kid's gonna take over for Deja, huh? Deja created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that I will do, make the bang. Oof.
I just... Don't fuck with me.
Okay. Er hat seinen Bruder gechallenged, damit er irgendwie nicht mehr gegossip wird. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic, but suddenly... Uff, das ist schon deep. Laying in his brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid, I fucked up, sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Danger never blamed him for what happened. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together, cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from anyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together. Yeah, okay. The team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who's been bested his big brother. Okay, alles klar. Können wir jetzt hinrichten? Okay, interessant. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt had been carrying all... Okay. My head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started whirling around. I would never feel anything like it before. Ja, du wusstest nicht, was es war, hast du umgebracht. Seriously, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would. You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. To destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You are so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what, you're saying I should just say it? You're saying if I win, I should just able to tell everyone my secret? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. That jealousy broke me. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. Oof.
What's wrong?
But you have to tell me all that. You're trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
Admire your strength.
Yeah,
that's right. I am strong, strong, I'm strong. Strong, 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 stronger than you.
Son of a bitch!
When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down the ground. I killed him.
Even after. Thanks.
So, he couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I don't.
Yep.
I would say it as many as you want. What do you want to say? But unfortunately I can't do it right now because the time for punishment is fast approaching. Nice. You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The black ant that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Oh, ist das von dem Intro dieser Truck?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Endlich.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made.
Der beste Part. Was ist das? Ach, das sind doch diese... The Cage of Death. Was ist jetzt passiert? Mondo Butter, was? Was? Laugh at death. You're sober forever, be at peace. It can't be my brother. Another murder, another execution. Let's see what's On the next day, I want to feel again. Ja. Boah, ich bin so froh, dass ich das herausgefunden habe. You're completely insane, you know that? A game, one of our friends is dead, do you realize that? Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you, I don't have a response except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. Yeah, last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly,
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me, I don't recall agreeing on
there
it.
is nothing to be done.
The night you were late and decided to return to my room, which when I stumbled upon, I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After you'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I would see him.
Well,
So you're saying you know who the culprit was from the very beginning? Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed at the right beginning. Which is why I've decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would have listened things up. Ja, liffen things up, ja. Thanks to the certain miracle summon, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for.
correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I would like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
You like to perform these collaborate executions each time, right? Elaborate. My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean. Good grief. I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me at the end. The noble son of noble family, truly understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Also.
In the name of my family.
Wen greift an? Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. So. For those who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, friendship, it felt like it amounted nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one more thing I'd like you to ask.
Want to know my measurements? Fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Wer ist der Student? Wer ist der 16.? Hey, nur 10? Das geht ja voll klar. Okay. Was? Yes. Ja. So. Danke fürs Mitmachen. Fürs Mitmachen, Leute. Ja, hat echt gut viel geholfen. Aber Kacke. Muss ich leider sagen, ja. Also den Trial fand ich überhaupt nicht cool. Den Fall fand ich nicht cool. Voll unnötig. Das ist dieses ist Genocide Chick. Das war Kacke. Ja. Das ist der Typ, der irgendwie meinen musste, er muss das interesting machen. Das war Kacke. Ja. Und diese Bullet-Events und alles, das ist auch mega Kacke. Der erste Fall war ja noch okay. So. Aber spielen wir es erstmal zu Ende. Ich bin gespannt. Vielleicht wird der nächste Fall ein wenig interessanter. Mal schauen. Ich bedanke mich ganz herzlich fürs Zusehen. Wünsche allen einen wunderschönen Tag. Wir sind in der Episode. Tschüss. Wo ist die Taste?